everybody. Welcome to the Heed Army podcast. Happy New Year. We haven't been on due to illness and other things in the past month. Apologies for that. I'm starting to feel human again. I've had this bug that going around. I think, Mickey, you've had it as well. It just absolutely wipes you out. I'm sure it's COVID, just it isn't getting picked up on the lateral flows. But apart from that, we're feeling better, and I'm going to cough, and I've said that. I'd say what a time. Gates had turned it around at the moment. We're out the relegation zone, and if you had said at the beginning of December, you'd have a new striker scoring 4-3 goals, 4-3 games, and you're out the relegation zone and into the next round of the FA Trophy, I think you would have snapped everybody's hands off, wouldn't you, Mickey?
Certainly would have.
Yeah, certainly would. But we have an absolutely fantastic show lined up for you tonight. We've got Max coming on, who is a Barnet fan. He's going to preview the game with us and talk about how their season's going. We've also got Fred from Newcastle Flags, of course. You see the initial. Yes, what did I say?
Newcastle Flag.
Yeah.
I've got a terrible echo. Yeah.
Have you got a terrible echo? Have you? It's not coming through on here, but hopefully it settles down. Of course, from Gateshead Flags, of course, they're doing something similar to the Newcastle Flags. You know, the War Flags initiative at St James's Park, and making things more atmospheric on a match day. And I think it worked, didn't it? On Saturday. It wasn't Saturday. It was Tuesday, Monday. All up the hell with the dates and that. Also, of course, Dan Langley has gone as well. His loan has been terminated, and I believe he's went on loan to Spennymoor. And Camille Conter has extended his loan spell till the end of the season, which is fantastic. And also, Conor Gallagher has left as well. Thank him for all his efforts at the club. But before we go any further, happy belated birthday, Mickey.
Thank you.
73, you wouldn't believe it. As ever, fully
interactive. Where you look at it from?
I've seen
you
it
from coming back to the 80s. I suppose 73 is not too bad.
Yeah. It is fully interactive as ever. The Heed Army has put evening lads. Charles Wath, we hope is getting better. Of course, yeah, he wasn't at the match on Saturday. He had a nasty fall in the house, and we hope he's back at the game taking photos very shortly. He's put Happy New Year, lads. And Mr. Luke, hello, gents. Nice to see he's back on the podcast again. Brilliant result from Gloucester and York. Time to build on it. It certainly is. We've got happy birthday, Mickey, there from Mr. Luke. Yes. And hope you're both feeling better. Happy New Year. We're feeling better.
Thank you.
I couldn't get the highlights to put on in the background, so I do apologize on that. But as mentioned there before, festive period was fantastic. 4 points from possible 6 against York, picking up 3 points away at York in convincing fashion as well. And Danny Elliott lighting up the pitch.
Oh, outstanding. York could have been 5 or 6, to be fair. Maybe should have been, because I've looked at the highlights of the York game, and I don't think that bar's crossed the line where Danny Elliott's got a hat-trick. We had a few chances. Camille Conter was absolutely outstanding in that game as well, but they all were outstanding. So it was one of them where every one of them was a 7 or an 8 out of 10 that day. And the point at York, it felt like 2 points dropped. And you were thinking, if we don't get a third, they're going to equalise soon. And they did. I mean, if we'd done it the other way around, got the point at York and 3 points a day.
You know, they threw the kitchen sink at it, had some big men, some big target men to aim at. And obviously, Dooku nodded the ball down. And there was Shaq Ford to put it into the back of the net. But let's look at the positives. After the full-time whistle, yes, dejected. You look at the league table, we're out the relegation zone. Okay, it's just out, but it's out. And that's got to be a morale booster for the lads, hasn't it?
It certainly is. I mean, to be honest, the last 3 performances have showed what happens when we can get a full-strength squad on the pitch. I mean, there's only Aaron Martin missing now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've got to say, if you had Aaron Martin, Danny Elliott and Adam Campbell, that front line with the likes of Lewis Knight as well.
Yeah, it's
unreal.
It really is. We've got Chris Rutt. He's put bees on massive.
That'll be bumblebees then.
That's what I was going to say. Craig Wilton has put evening lads. You okay? Unlucky Gateshead on Monday at home to York. Point gained, I suppose. It is. Look, from where we were with all the injuries, I was speaking to our guests before we came on air, that we've had a torrid time, and now we're looking better when we've got a full strength squad back. Johnny Gray, Conter, and Elliott give me so much hope for the rest of the season, onwards and upwards. Well, I want to give a special mention to a couple of players because obviously covered the game on Monday, and Linnell John Lewis is a aerial dominant force, and Owen Bailey had him in his back pocket for 95% of that game. He was outstanding in front of the defense. He just won everything, and his distribution is hot. Yeah. Ethan Pye as well, I'd like to give a special mention to. I thought he had a phenomenal game up against
He's a very tricky customer, and Nathan Thomas as well.
Yeah, Nathan Thomas was, if he was playing for you, he's a joy to watch, isn't he? He's a hell of a player. Monty as well, as ever. Just looking the way Monty does and the way he used to. Just amazing in between the sticks. Long may it continue. But Campbell, of course, man of the match. Ollie as well was just back to the way Ollie was. He had a target man to aim for and moving into the right space, and it was just one of them lovely games where everything clicked, apart from the scoreline, of course.
One of the signings of the season for me has been Kenton Richardson.
Oh yeah, he looked
absolutely phenomenal, lad.
Yeah, I know I've compared a few defenders to Sam Kitchen, but he seems like a faster Sam Kitchen. He knows how to read it very, very well. But as I say, it is a fully interactive show. We'd love to hear from you. Like and subscribe is just at the bottom. It really does help us, and comment as well. We want to help with the algorithm, get more people involved. And like as I say, we've got a few Barnet fans as well watching, and hopefully they'll comment as well. We'd love to hear from you. That's what it's all about. We're building bridges and spreading the reach, non-league football and all of that. So please do that. Now, you might notice we're a man down. Davy Steele, obviously, when he got off the island, he got a good internet connection after being on the Isle of May. Was it the Isle of May or the Isle of Skye? I can't remember. Isle of May.
Isle of May.
Isle of May. So Davey, he's somewhere, and we're hoping he's going to join. He said he's going to join with about 20 past, I think, if he can get the signal, and then all will be revealed. You'll probably scratch your head and go, "What?" So there we go. We'll let him have the big reveal when he does join us. We're going to play a quick message from our sponsors, and then we're going to bring our guest in because he's sitting waiting in the wings, and it would be lovely to talk to Max from Barnet, and as I say, when we come back. But this is our sponsors. We are I know I keep saying it's going to be a new advert. We are going to. Well, hello there, Max. How are you doing?
How you doing? Not bad, not bad. How are you?
Yeah, well,
all the better for seeing you, Max.
Yeah.
What a lovely head of hair you've got there, Sunshine.
I know.
I'm lucky.
I know.
It used to be that, and then look at that. Then it starts to go bald around the back. Look at that. It's gonna happen.
I know.
You got any spare?
I mean, if you let us win Saturday, I'll donate you some.
Oh well, that's
no. I'll stay bald.
Max, we spoke to James, who obviously has a lot of videos on Barnet with his grandma, which is fantastic. So we spoke to him earlier in the season. He was very positive and hopeful. It seems like what he was positive and hopeful for has come to fruition. You're smashing it at the minute.
It's been unreal. It's been like we haven't had this feeling in years, where we're actually a football club now. Everything's going right off and on the pitch, which is something that hasn't happened for a while. So I think it's just refreshing for a lot of fans, really, just to actually go have a proper match day experience and watch some good football on the pitch as well.
Yeah,
that's happened for a while.
Makes a big difference, doesn't it? Where you can go without the stress or worry.
100%.
Yeah, definitely.
Your manager's just signed a new contract, I see.
I know. Today, 3 years. I'm probably the best news. Like he's done so much. So to keep him has been unbelievable. So good to keep him, because he loves the club. He wants us to do well, which is what you want in a gaffer. So it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's always nice when you get the manager, when you like the manager and he gets tied down, isn't it? It's a good 100%.
Thing. But it was so good.
obviously saying you've kind of done it on not on the QT, but you just keep picking up results and keeping yourselves up that right end of the table. It must be nice because it's. I think it's nice to do it when there isn't as much pressure on.
Yeah, no, I mean it's because it was so unexpected going into the season. It's like I think it's still processing for a lot of fans to actually realise how well we're doing. Because like last season, like finished 18th, no one would have thought we'd be 5th come halfway into the season. So, but we're a good team now. Like we have a good squad, and it's like, for example, the Bournemouth game a couple of days ago. Last year we were 100% lost that, but this year we got the grit, got the determination, got the point, and exactly what we needed. So we're much different to how we've been the last few years.
I like that short Shields. I think he's a good player.
Just before going, Alexander says he loves your wardrobe.
Oh, Alex.
Alex, share it with us.
Yeah.
It's funny that Shields can't get into our team at the moment. Hasn't been played. Hasn't joined the team he hasn't played for about a few months now. Hasn't got into. Just can't start.
Yeah.
He's just we're playing. We've got that core 11 now. Just can't see anyone getting into it unless it's League 2, League 1 quality.
Yeah. Well, it's always a nice problem to have, isn't it? When some of your better players are being kept out. That's
exactly shows we've got a properly good squad.
Yeah. So obviously, when we spoke to James earlier in the season, he was hopeful that you could, do well after the first few games. You've done well. Where does aspirations look now? Is it hover around where you are?
It's got to be playoffs now. We're 5 points clear right now of 8th, I think. So playoffs, I think we can. We've shown that we've been in playoffs now for 5 or 6 weeks. So 100% keep it going. I think a couple signings in January, and I think 100% playoffs. Set another centre back, and I think we'll be good to get top 7.
It's
100%.
And also as well, I mean, you talk about the playoffs. I mean, we've had news about the proposal that 3 up, 3 down could be happening very soon as next season. It's long overdue, isn't it?
It's ridiculous how Notts or Wrexham, one of them both of them aren't going to go up automatically. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Both probably finish on 100 points, and one of them won't. Both of them won't go up automatically. Stupid.
It would be nice if it wasn't Wrexham that goes up, though, wouldn't it? It'd
be amazing. It'd be so good. It'd be so good.
I mean, I know that's just ruined our chances of having Ryan Reynolds on the podcast, but but yeah, it's it's a frustrating thing, but if you're an established football league club, like what Notts County were for their entire, you can understand their angst at not being able to get up as quick as possible.
100%.
But no one's got a divine right. That's the other thing as well.
Well, Wrexham's been here about 12 years, haven't they?
I have,
yeah. They've been in for a while. It's about, I think, just get them two out of the league, and I think next season we have a much better chance of going up, because I don't think anyone's going to beat Notts County and Wrexham to promotion.
Yeah. Well, it'll be Gateshead and Barnet driving the way forward next season, hopefully.
Chesterfield.
Chris Rutt has put need a centre back, Max, mate. I think you mentioned.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, we do. I think that's the last bit we need. Just a proper centre back, and we'll be all good.
We've got a message from Mason. How's David Moyo settled in?
He started his debut against Bournemouth on Monday, and I think it's probably one of the worst games to have your debut, because Bournemouth they're just a nightmare to play against. They don't play football. They just like foul and just dirty.
Yeah.
So
miles up in the air.
Exactly, just route one the whole way. So I think give him time. I can't see him starting over Nicky, but at least it's an option now. If he gets injured or he's looking tired, you can bring him on and see what happens.
Yeah,
he didn't look. He looked all right. He didn't do bad things.
That's good. David Knox said, I used to watch Barnet when I lived in London. I loved the slope.
Yeah, Underhill we used to have a slope, but we're now not there anymore.
Yeah, I see there isn't many sloping pitches left now. I think Yeovil got rid of theirs, didn't they? They moved.
I think Maidenhead's pitch is a massive slope.
It's
every time.
The biggest
Max,
one.
You haven't seen anything until you've been to Spennymoor.
Yeah.
I think Kendall's worse than Spennymoor.
Oh,
In the Lake District, it drops down. It must drop down 12 foot from one end of the pitch to the other, and I think if looking down the pitch in the right hand corner, it goes down rapidly in that far end. I don't know how they're allowed to play on it, to be honest, but it makes for interesting football. Certainly does. But have you got any questions for us about Gateshead? Obviously, with us coming down.
What do you guys like? Would you take at the end of the season like to finish what position? Just is the goal to stay up?
Yeah, hook or
Yeah.
by
by hook or by crook, it's to stay up. Even from
Because
the moment where you got promoted, the intention is to stay up.
Yeah,
I think
if it's on goal difference, if someone goes bump, I don't mind as long as we're still. I know it's an awful mindset to have.
No, but
we got a few years ago when it was not our fault. It was not the fans' fault, should I say? But yeah, so sadly these things happen. But I would take it to stay up in this day and age. Unfortunately, our guest that was on earlier in the season. There he is, football with Barnet with my gran, the Harpins. Max has never heard.
I had heard of Spennymoor. Kendall, not so much.
Well, Kendall Mintfield as well. That's the same place. It's
it's nice to have got royalties sitting there listening there.
Oh yeah. I hope his grand's listening in. That's what we really want. Not Jim. Just but obviously you're looking with the way you're playing at the moment to come away with the points, and I think Gateshead as well. Like, without being cocky, I know we're at the wrong end of the table. We're starting to find form. We've got players.
Yeah, no, you are.
It's probably our strongest side to select from in our squad, should I say, all season.
I think what I said to you earlier, it's the first goal is massive in the game. It always is. Like, early goal as the home side just gives you so much confidence, and I do think no disrespect, but if we're going to get playoffs, these are the sort of games where we need to win at home. Do you know what I mean? Like the Gatesheads, the Torquays, all the shot teams like that lower down. If you're going to get playoffs, you need to win these sort of games.
Yeah.
If the role was reversed, we would be seeing exactly the same.
Yeah, I mean, you instantly look at the league table and think, well, they're down there, we should be able to beat them. Well, Chris, we've got a message from Chris Rutt, and I think he must have liked MTV Cribs back in the day, because he goes, Max, can you give us a room tour? Also, thoughts on Big Musa?
I don't even know any words to say about Musa Diarra.
Yeah. Is it that good?
He's probably the best centre back I've ever seen play at football. No, he's awful. He's honestly so bad.
For a second, I thought he was going to get all like starry-eyed, like I do over John Oscar. And
bless him. He's just shy. To be honest.
I think Chris is hanging you out to dry here, Max.
Yeah, I know. I'm being set up.
Yeah,
it's funny though.
Also as well, could just get you, because obviously it's a new. We haven't done a show, unfortunately, due to illness, and since before Christmas. What's your thoughts on the National League streaming service? Because from our understanding is that 60% of each stream goes to the fans of the designated club who's tuned in, whereas I thought it would have went to the home team that was broadcasting it, because they're the ones that's potentially losing the revenue of fans traveling.
I mean, I think it kind of like the whole point of National League is you go to the game, support your local team. Do you know what I mean? So I think end of the day, this is it's going to benefit Wrexham more than anyone, isn't it? Because of all the fans they have overseas and stuff. So that's why. I mean, if, for example, if you had, let's say, no disrespect, but Maidstone owners or tweet out about streaming sites, it'd probably be overlooked. But because it's Ryan Reynolds, the National League instantly now make it, and I just think it just ruins the whole point of like what National League football is. Like,
I was worried on Saturday. Sorry, I keep saying Saturday. I mixed up my dates because of over Christmas. On Monday, about obviously York fans. I know it's a bit of a derby. Well, not a derby game, but as close as we're going to get this season. For one, about maybe. Well, hang on, we'll just stay in the house and watch it on the stream. But credit to the 700 plus up. but you always worry, like, if you're going to play them Wrexhams, you're not going to get that bump again.
It's only,
A lot might
exactly.
stay behind in Wales.
I mean, I think now it gives you the option. Like before the streaming side, it was either like I go watch my team or I don't. Now it's like, you know what, like I don't want to go, but I can still watch it. So I'm not going to travel to the game, for example. I'll just sit at home and watch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, don't get us wrong. There'll be times when I do watch it and I provide the commentary for
it. 100%.
But it just feels like, as you say, if it hadn't have been for someone with clout, it would never have happened, would it?
100%.
And will it continue once they're out of the league? Because they probably will get out of this league in the next 2 years. So
hopefully,
yeah. Have we got any more messages here? I think we have. Mr. Luke's put, well done, Max. You took my advice and down in some energy drinks so you don't manage to go to sleep during a stream. Best of luck for the season.
It's because every time I have an away game, right, someone always put a picture of me like falling asleep on a little bus. So now everyone just thinks I fall asleep like 24/7, but I don't. Like,
yeah,
it's just when I've got like a 5-hour trip to like Altrincham or something, I just want to have a quick nap in the bus before.
I've got a picture of Mickey. I've got a picture of Mickey wearing a lady's dress, tights over his head, and a mince pie mushed into his toes. So I'll have to get that one.
That's just from his personal collection in Almax.
Nothing to do with football.
Mickey safe camera roll.
Yeah. But
I was plastered, to be fair.
Yeah, you're quite drunk on that one. Before we let you go, Max, prediction for Saturday. What do you think the scoreline will be?
I think it's gonna be 3-1 to Barnet. I think we're gonna go 2 up by half time, and then like 60th of a minute you're gonna score, and then I think I'm gonna go for it and just catch you on the break and game finish 3-1.
Possibility. I can't argue with that.
That's how I see it.
Yeah, I'm just.
But it's just got to be the 3 points. Has to be.
That's the same for us, or at least get a point. But I say, Max,
I'll take a point now.
Yeah, I'll take a point, definitely. But Max, thank you very much for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, and
thank you. Good luck for the season.
Yeah, see, that's
from Saturday after Saturday.
That's what we say. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Exactly. After Saturday.
Yes, too as well, mate.
Thank you. All the best.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you so much. All the best. Cheers.
There we go. That was Max. Absolutely lovely to speak to him. Say we've hit lucky with all the fans we spoke to this season, haven't we, Mickey? It's been.
Yeah.
We've got a message here from David Tron. We did ask this before we came on air with Max. Will there be any radio commentary for the game on Saturday? I believe that.
He said no.
Yeah, so that's a bit of a gut. But I'd imagine we'd stream it if they're possibility. I don't know, but the options there. Yeah, refresh Twitter. That's what we're going to have to do. Right, we'd love you to like and subscribe and follow our social media. Please do. We've had a bit of a burst of it actually on Saturday when we were broadcasting the commentary. So, as I say, this is what you do. Well, that is what you do there. And I'm just trying to contact Davey Steele to see if he's coming on. If he is, we can get to that. But in the meantime, we'll talk about some other things. Camille Conter, of course, he's coming on loan from Middlesbrough. And what a lovely lad he is. There's the picture that was announced for him to be staying at the club till the end of the season. Got the paperwork done just after New Year. And look, Mickey, the lad's enjoying his football. You can see he's developing. He's gaining in confidence, not just as a footballer, as a person. You can see by his first interview when he come to the club to what he's doing now. He's become an integral part of that midfield, and what an engine he's got on him.
He's been superb. When he come in, I'm thinking he's a bit lightweight, and I've spoken to different lads, and he's just grown.
Yeah,
it's like he's matured a little, and his performances have just got better. And when he scored the first goal. I can't remember. Was it Stevenage? And he got one against Southend, didn't he? I think it was that order or the other way around. But anyway, since he scored that first goal, he's just went on leaps and bounds. And I was joking on Twitter last night that we're gonna hold him hostage anyway. We're just gonna tell Borough would send him, and we don't know where he is, and just change his name. So I'm delighted Conte's staying. I think he gives us a bit whatever. He keeps the ball moving. He doesn't do anything spectacularly amazing like 30-yard diags or 50-yard, but he just keeps it simple. But he does it so well.
And he's great at picking up the second ball as well. He just seems to.
Yeah. He's got the energy to get around the middle of the park, and he's really good at it. And
it frees up.
It
frees up Bailey to have a little bit more room at the back to ghost around and maybe get forward. Ollie gives him more space, and it just works beautifully along.
Just gives him license for Ollie to roam.
Oh, well, on Saturday, Mr. Luke, he's getting into the streaming game. He said, I'm doing a watch-along stroke commentary on my YouTube channel. If anyone Gator fans don't want to purchase it, they can find out on his. So he'll be talking about what's happening without seeing the game on screen. He'll keep you up to date with what's going on there. So that's a good idea for anyone that doesn't want to do that. So, yeah, fantastic.
Fish finger.
Sorry?
It's Captain Fish Finger away. He's obviously waiting for his.
Yeah, Captain Fishfinger hasn't. He hasn't. We'll give him a chance because I know he said he was doing a
lecture at Half-past.
The lecture at Half-past, so we might be struggling to get him on. We'll wait. We'll see. We'll give him a chance. If at the end we'll show where he is. We've got a little clip, but I think he's going to be doing some video stuff for us from his location. It'll be quite unique. Quite unique. So there we go. And before anyone guesses, it isn't a Turkish prison. So
Midnight Express.
Yeah. Smuggling a puffin into Turkey. Right, there'll be loads of kids going Midnight Express. What's it? Was show my age now. You're gonna visit and put your chest on the glass.
No, you're all right.
Millennials are just going, what the hell are they talking about? But on that note, we are going to be joined by Freddie from Gated Flags shortly as well. You may have noticed the introduction of the flags on a match day. As I say, I didn't get really look across the stand when we were coming out, but I did see them setting up when I was doing the commentary. So it was
absolutely fantastic. What a job them lads are doing.
Well, do you know where it is, Mick? We've said it for years, and it happens in waves. It's about getting young lads involved and wanting to support the club and do their bit. And everyone does it in their own different way. And he's, him and his friends, I think his dad as well, have jumped on this. And, that they're really pushing to make it more fun on a match day, and it's got to be commended and it's got to be rewarded. And hopefully, these lads keep going and, say we had 2,000 there, yes, 7,000 from 7,700 from York, but there was 1,300 in the Tyne Weir stand, and what noise they made when we scored and throughout the game, it was a good atmosphere, and hopefully we can carry that forward with Gated Flags, and we'll be talking to them very shortly. So if you've got any messages for them later on, please do get involved.
How ironic that the first game of the new year and the crowd was 2023.
Yeah, there you go. And that is quite ironic, that, isn't it? I didn't even register with us. Didn't even register. There's only one Captain's Bird's Eye. There's only one Captain's Bird's Eye.
I think I taught that to Callum from day one,
Captain Bird's Eye. Well, we called him a lot worse last night. With cancel culture. This is a little clue to where Captain Bird's Eye is. Yes, he's at a zoo. No,
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh Zoo. I'll tell you a little story about Edinburgh Zoo. My grandma, when she was a younger lady, went on a day trip to Edinburgh Zoo and threw a rock bun at a polar bear. And as the polar bear was shouting, it was like growling.
Shouting.
It went, oh, it went straight down its throat, and the polar bear nearly choked to death. So, God bless me, grandma. But this is another photo where he is. I'll give you a clue. It's not the North Pole.
David! Look into the camera! Oh, God. Okay.
David!
Woo! There you go. Whoa! Welcome to Antarctica, David. That's cool. That's cool. Really? You're kidding, man, huh?
Well, you might have heard in the video, he's in the Antarctic. We got a message out the blue because I'd see, like saying you're going to the game on New Year's Day, or well, the 2nd of January, and he went radio silent, didn't he? And we're like, where the hell is he? And then all of a sudden, we'll get a GPS coordinates and a map, and like, he's in the Antarctic.
Then loads of videos of penguins and icebergs and.
So the Heat Army, we might have a Heat Army report from there, and definitely another pin in the map if he's watching, or if he can get to watch it, of where people have been listening from. So I might be wrong. If Arvid is listening, when he lived in northern Norway, did he live in the Arctic Circle in the north? And then
I know he said he was very close to it, didn't he?
Very close, yeah. So if that's the case, we had someone in the Arctic Circle and in Antarctica. So, North Pole, South Pole.
I tell you what, I didn't envy him jumping in that sea.
Oh, well, let's face it, he didn't have the inches to lose, did he? Right, on that note,
I tell you what, I bet his testicles didn't come until a week on Friday, though.
Well, apparently, he's moving around locations, so he's going to be able to do like a report from an ice next to an iceberg and stuff like that. So he's going to he's already took a picture. I should have got that picture.
He's gated shirt on.
He's got his gated shirt on in the Antarctic. 1 second, we've got here. I can't believe there's a possibility that I'll be able to see the players and the ball when taking pictures in the second half. Evening games, new lights, of course. Yeah, we touched on one game being rearranged. The 21st of January was going to be at home to Oldham in the FA Trophy. This has been switched to Oldham now because the council are doing upgrades on the lights. And I heard a while ago it's going to be LED, so it is going to be bright. You're going to get a tan at the game if that's true. So we, hey, it's going to be tropical. I hope there's some heat generated off them lights.
Any new on the roof?
No, but Davy Steele thinks he's in Tenerife when he's in the Antarctic. I've been quizzing him on because I like the conspiracy theories, and it's supposed to be like you're not allowed to. You have to have a special permit to walk to the South Pole and stuff like that. Nazi base. UFOs. So if he gets abducted, let's hope he doesn't get probed.
After diving in that water, they're not wanting out to probe.
Sorry, I must have I got the date wrong. It's the 14th Oldham game. So it's a week on Saturday. Sorry, so apologies on that one. The 21st is at home to Dorking.
Well done, David.
Yeah, keep us right. And seeing brighter lights in Liam Lane over Christmas. now yeah, so it's what can you do but yeah, say it's been long overdue, and let's hope it makes a vast improvement. It is dark on that far side and in the corners, admittedly, but I'll definitely approve a bit brighter light so I can see what's going on and describe it properly. But yeah,
Notts County game was just bloody ridiculous. Couldn't tell who was who.
It wasn't the greatest. Also, we mentioned this earlier on. Wish Dan Langley all the best. He has moved on to pastures new. Always kind of had a feeling if Montgomery got back in that he might be hard to be dislodged, and that's proven to be the case. I think Dan's got a really bright future ahead of him. You know, he showed for us that he was really good. He had a bit of a torrid time with a defense that was never the same each game. It's never easy for any goalkeeper that. But look, the lad's had some learning experiences, and he'll get some more for the rest of the season at Spennymoor. So
yeah.
we wish him all the
Kind of
best.
doing the world of good, to be fair.
Yeah.
I wish him all the best.
I do. And Boyle Sports TV, but Spennymoor and nicking all our players. They're going to have the ones they've took. I'm joking. We've got another one here. What's your opinions on the flags? What would you want? I believe they have £400 plus now. Well, we're going to find out more because Freddie, well, he did log in then and he's disappeared unless it was Davey Steele trying. I did see someone try to log in. So we are expecting to be joined by somebody very, very soon. Right. As I said before, like, subscribe. It really does help. We want to get people on and we'll let Freddie get into place. He's got his gated shirt on. I can see that already. We'll get him on in a minute. And do as Dan Ward does. Is that, oh, yeah, that's it. Do as Dan Ward does. That's how he got the ice cream scoop with all them pelvic thrusts. It was just an easy scoop of the ball into the back of the net.
Is that smoke coming up as well?
Yeah, I put that in as if he was sweating really hard. He
I thought you wanted one of them incense sticks, cannon.
Yeah. Right, we're going to be joined by Freddie. Hello there, Freddie. How are you doing?
Hello there. Evening, lads. How you doing?
Oh, Freddie, all right, son?
Hello, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, thank you for joining me. We had hoped to have you on a few weeks ago, but illness took over on that one. But
no problem.
Since then, you've obviously set up the gated flags and raised a bit of money to go towards what you want to achieve. And just anyone that hasn't heard about it, what is gated flags all about?
So basically, obviously, as you know, it probably made a bit of an impact in Newcastle of how it helps the atmosphere improve, and we wanted to help that as well at Gateshead. Obviously, we haven't had the bestest of starts as what people may have hoped for, but obviously that's to be very expected. We just want the flags to hopefully make an impact on bringing more people to the stadium, watching Gateshead, and helping the atmosphere improve a bit more.
Yeah, it's as I say, we've seen on Saturday, obviously, it always helps when you've got a good attendance as well. It certainly helped to the occasion, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Saturday was the first time at home that we had the flags, and it was great to see that our group of lads, like my mates and myself, had put something like that together, and we just want to get more and more fans involved with the flags and help out.
Yeah. As I say,
absolutely phenomenal.
And I know you're trying to raise funds to, so you can buy more flags and get more things available. So where are you at the moment, and how can people help?
So far, Bernard had ordered 10 flags himself, so that came out of whatever he had spent on that. We had ordered 10 5 by 3 foot flags, and we had 6 2 by 3 foot flags. So overall, we've got 26 flags. I went down to see Bernard the other day, and we were asking about what type of things we were allowed at the ground for health and safety issues and stuff like that. He did say that because of numbers, a crowd flag, a safer flag, might not be the best thing because it might drop down at a certain point.
Yeah.
But we are looking to get type of banners with Super Heat Army and stuff like that. We probably spent, I think, about £125 on the GoFundMe. It'll say 405, but really we've got about probably £280 left. So we're gonna have a look what we can get with that, and then we'll go from there.
Oh, fantastic! They're really good. And do you need help on a match day with setting things up and stuff? Do you need people to help chip in if they can?
Well, that'd be more than happy. As you probably you'll see it in the stadium at the top where the singing area is where all the noise is made. There's a little room next to it. We store our flags there on a match day, so about 10 minutes or so before, if anyone wanted to come get a flag or get involved, just come up the top there and we'll be there and we'll be more than happy to get you all involved with it.
Oh, fantastic.
Absolutely.
And
amazing.
obviously, me and Mickey, we can see you're a lot younger than us. How did you start supporting Gateshead?
Well, my first ever game was, you may remember it, you might not, but we lost 2-1 in the FA Cup against Oldham.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A couple of years, I think that was like 2018, maybe, I think it was.
Yeah.
We honestly, honestly, I really, really enjoyed it. We gave Oldham a real test. When we scored made it 1-1. Honestly, said to my dad, if we score again, we was going to come off this place, because it was amazing.
Yeah.
And then obviously COVID hit really, and wasn't able to get to as many games. And then last season I came down, I think it was Alfred in my first game of last season, and I was there with mates, and not all of them have stuck coming, but there's one main one who I started my YouTube channel with.
Are they really friends? That's all I can say.
They're really friends if they're going to support Gateshead.
They're not really they're not real friends.
But no, a couple of them stuck with for a lot of last season. And last season I went to Chorley. Obviously, I was at Guiseley as well. But no, just at Gateshead you meet so many new people and you just interact with Gateshead. I think that's what makes Gateshead such a good club.
Yeah, it's got a special way of getting stuck under your skin, isn't it?
Definitely.
It certainly has.
I'm going to say, Freddie, just keep it can. You're doing a phenomenal job, and I hope, I said it on Twitter, I know you liked it. I'm hoping, because this is the new Heed youth to me, David, I don't know about you.
That's the next
I'm
generation.
hoping the football club, Mike, Busted, get all them lads together who are getting these flags done, and get you and your mates, and I hope they're taking for a training session with the lads.
Yeah, it'd be
Thank you
nice.
very much.
Ian Borgie done it with the old Heed youth. I'd love to see you get that chance just to play on the pitch with the lads and have a good, like, Mike put you through your paces and or Busted.
Yeah.
So if you get asthmatic, take an inhaler, because Busted's gonna kill you.
I'm sure he would.
Yeah. But I'd say, obviously you've been supporting for a few years now. Who's been your favourite player in the time you've been watching?
I mean, he's not been here for long, but I absolutely love Cammy Conte. I think he's absolutely amazing. I've got another. I love Busted. Busted, ever since I got into supporting the club, he's always been there to have a chat with or anything like that. AC and Greg, I had an interview with Greg a couple, like, end of last season, start of this season, and that for me was just showing how much he appreciates the fans as well, for him to come out and do that. But yeah, they're all great lads, great bunch of them.
Yeah, I think it's. I think Mike and Busted and everyone else involved, that they know what type of player they want to bring in and what kind of attitude. I think it goes on attitude first, doesn't it, when they bring them in. We've got a message here, Barry Lees. But hi guys, what was the highest attendance that we've had at home this season? Would like to know. I think it might have been Saturday. Would it have been?
Might have been Saturdays.
Yeah, it could have been Saturday. Yeah,
Saturday, or maybe Barnet.
Yeah, Barnet was a big one. There's a fair few there. I'm sure someone will let us know if they can.
I've got the program to hand, and I would have a look.
Yeah, but no, it was fantastic. I mean, I wasn't expecting that many York fans to come up, in truth.
The way they were going on Twitter, I didn't think there was many of them coming up.
Yeah, they're not happy bunnies, certainly after the game as well. Another thing that's happened this week is that Tom Allen was extended his loan at Spennymoor to the end of the season too. It's a bit of a disappointment, because that was one of the, I'm not going to say marquee signings, but one of the bigger signings where you thought, we've signed someone that had, a reputation of, being a promising prospect, and for whatever reason it just hasn't worked out at Gateshead. It happens. It's not to say that he won't go on to do great things, but it's a shame that it just didn't hit the ground running more. I mean, I know he scored against Notts County, but we didn't see any more, did we? Or it's
not really. It's a shame, because I was genuinely excited when he signed. Don't know about you, Freddie. Were you genuinely excited when Tom Allen?
I totally agree. Obviously, he was at Newcastle. He had a couple of games. He didn't really get much of a chance. But when he signed for the club, I thought, he could be really, really good for us. Could make a lot of an impact. And I think it's a one. A lot of the fans, especially my mates, and that have been disappointed that it hasn't really worked out, and quite frustrated that he hasn't really been given much of a chance.
Yeah.
Obviously, you touched on him scoring against Notts, which was probably thinking, "Oh, that's what we're ready to expect from him." But obviously, for some reason behind the scenes, maybe, or he's not going to get the game time. It's not worked out for him.
Yeah. We've got Boiler Sport TVs, but Fred, could we have a flag down next to the tunnel? We'll get
We've
there.
ordered a couple of hand flags or something like that, which we may put down next to the tunnel just for an extra impact. But we'll see what we can get.
Yeah, that'd be good. York at home BWW. I'm guessing that's the biggest attendance. So I'm guessing that's what that one is. Barry Lee has put, what do you think of Elliot? He's been a fantastic addition. Well, he's pulled that front line together, hasn't he? His work rate and everything. He's dropping deep. I mean, the goal that he scored, the opener, was due to him dropping deep and doing some, donkey work. And thankfully, the referee didn't class it as a foul when he showed the ball to that lad in the back in the build-up. But no, he just adds that little something different that we hope that we might have got from Adi Yusuf. And
You're hoping that from Adi Yusuf. I've seen more from in 45 minutes from Danny Elliott than I've seen in the whole season from Adi Yusuf.
Mickey, be diplomatic.
Can it be diplomatic when it comes to him?
Yeah. What I said, I was hoping for that would be what we're case. But look, we've got it now. That's the main thing. But no, he's slotted in well and works well with the players. And yeah, it's been great.
When he went through, he didn't look like he was going to miss, did he?
Oh, it's very calm, very calm. Right, we've got just give a more. York City at home, being the highest attendance so far. Second highest was Southend. So there we go. So yeah, good attendances from them ones. Let's hope we can build on that if we can get a little bit of a cup run going. Adam Campbell needs a goal quickly for his confidence. I don't think he does. I think he's playing absolutely outstanding. I mean, he got man of the match. My man of the match would have been between Pye and what was he? Still there, Freddie? My man of the match. My man of the match would have went between Pye and Bailey. For me, I mean, Dan Ward is up there as well. Scored a goal and set one up. There was quite a few candidates. No goal.
I think he's just shown off.
Yeah, and I know. Before we get any further into the show, we've got a question here. Any news on the ladies' team?
Yes, there is. The lasses have had the winter break, so to speak, Christmas break, and they're away to Chesley Street on Sunday, and then the following week they're at home to Westerlock Celtic on the 3G pitches. So, apparently they've made a new signing as well, and we've lost one. So,
we'll have to see what happens going forward. Let's hope the weather doesn't hamper their season going forward, because this is the time of year when it starts to get.
We've already lost a lot of games. So we're playing catch up.
Definitely, let's hope we can get on and hopefully get people on from GFC ladies as well. We always endeavour to do that. It's just trying to get, because we think they train on a Thursday night, don't they? So it's always.
I think it's Tuesday and a Thursday. I think, Davey.
Yeah, we'll try and move it a bit further over. We've got here. Gated ladies should play on the actual first team pitch for one game this season. It'd be nice.
It would be nice. It would be very nice. They've been promised it. I don't know if it'll ever come off, but
let's hope it does. But Freddie, while we've got you on, obviously last season was just like amazing, and this season, of course, we've had a bit of a stuttering start, to put it politely. But we're starting to get there now. Did you think that would be able to turn the corner, even a couple of months ago?
Well, obviously, start of the season we picked up. We're leading 2-1 a while, like a long time at Dagenham, and you're thinking it probably really, really annoying that we conceded so late on in our first game back. I think throughout, even though the start of the season was a tricky period, I think we're definitely showing signs that we are a team to be able to play in this league.
Mhm.
And I think over the past couple of games, obviously we've beat Gloucester 5-1. No disrespect, I know Gloucester are like division below, but that helps the confidence, if you know what I mean. Like, it gets momentum going. I mean, York, Mickey, you touched on it before. York was just a perfect performance from everyone. The lads were outstanding for the full entire game. They didn't put a foot wrong. And then obviously the news with Cammy, he's staying for the rest of the season. Danny's performing really, really well. Greg looks like he's getting back to himself. And they all look like they're putting a shift in, and they proved that on Saturday against York again. So hopefully we can just keep taking that, get a cup run going as well, and see how far we can go this season.
Yeah, it's just seems
Totally
to be-
agree.
Yeah, completely. Just having a look up, we missed a couple of messages before. If they take the form from the last two games forward, then we'll definitely move up the league. That's from Darren. We've got one, Mr. Luke, Linnell, John Lewis, and Nathan Thomas were some players that York have. Yeah, they were very, very good. We've got a message from Liv, but it was so good being able to watch the matches where we're not able to get to the match. Your commentary was better than York's was. Well, I can't so say it, did it?
Apparently, York's company have been very disparaging to us, which I've never heard. I've never heard it myself. I was at both the games, but I'm hearing that they were very disparaging towards the football club.
Oh, that's strange. I know. I did
that they
see.
keep coming forward managers and they keep trying to sign with players, though.
I seen the commentary duo doing power walking around the track before the game. So yeah, it's
Let's hope the power walked off the Tyne Bridge.
Yeah, it's one way to prep for it. I prefer a pie myself.
No, he was in hospital the other day getting his bait as he swan past where me and Trina were buying pies.
Oh, it's lovely, lovely. Oh, hospitality, it's well worth getting. I'll tell you what, I was sitting with Ian Skinner and Paul Bryson and Paul Dixon. So it was some interesting conversation. So it's good. You never know.
Guys there.
Yeah, we've got loads of messages coming in. Boiler Sport. Have you heard about John Shaw injury? Yes, we wished him well.
Yes, wished him well. Yeah,
punctured his lung.
Got home today, apparently.
Yeah, punctured his lung on their last match. Horrible. That's scary.
Yes.
And also talking about injuries, I don't really seen that Darwin Hamlin in America. He's woke up today. Have you seen that? The American football player.
No.
He's only 20.
Oh, is that the one who had the heart attack?
Yeah, he's woke up today. His first words were, "What was this? Did we win?" And apparently the doctor turned around and said, "Yes, you've won at life." So at least that's a positive thing. Not nice to see, but also, get well, John Shaw. Hopefully he can get back on the pitch this season. For Dunstan, we've got Camille Conter play the best this season. He does. He's enjoying himself out there, as we said before. Get well soon. Shawsey says what do you call it there. And Barry Lee asked the question: is the FA Trophy game at Boundary Park still in a 3:00 kickoff? Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a Saturday. Just we're playing down there and set up here.
Oh, right. Well, we've got a little bit more on the commentary of York. Your commentary of the away game was disgraceful. They were slagging off club players, fans, stadium, and they forgot they brought hardly anyone up here last season. That's right. They didn't bring many up last season. And Freddie, what away games can we get flags to?
Well, obviously, I know a lot of fans do have their own personal flags. I'm looking to hopefully get to, I think, a couple of that are left this season. So if I ever like when I get to an away game, all flags that are going to be at a home game will be an away game. So if I'm there, or if some of the lads want to come and collect any to take them down, then you're probably more than welcome to.
But bring them back.
Yeah, bring them back.
Make sure they bring them back.
Definitely.
You put a fine system in place, Freddie. If they lose it, pay for it.
Yeah.
That was Bernard's idea. He said get a list of people's names who took flags in case they lose them or don't bring them back.
Yeah. Oh well, Barry Lee want to know just because he's on the breakfast shift at work, so he may try and travel down from Macclesfield if he can do it. So hopefully he can get there. Freddie, thank you very much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. We'll definitely get you on more, and if you can get some videos as well of the flags, we'll put them on
Definitely.
the show as well, and that'll be and photos would be fantastic. And just keep it up, and as I say,
Thank you very much, mate.
just really, really good.
Just one last
tell you
thing,
what,
David,
yeah,
if that's all right.
Yeah.
Go on, mate. Go on, David. Go on.
Well, yeah, let me do this and then you can see your bit. This kid is doing amazing.
Yeah.
He's got some good vlogs. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a cracking job, Freddie.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, mate.
Keep doing it. Boiler, keep helping him.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Just the last thing, if anyone did want to donate, we have links on the Twitter page. Just type Gateshead Flags in. I know Dave did added in on the tweet he done. To donate, go fund me, and you just have to type in Gateshead Flags display, and it'll come, and you'll probably come up along the top there just to donate.
Oh, fantastic. Well, hopefully people can add to that, and we'll see more of the flags on the match day. But Freddie, no, honestly, God, it's a pleasure. It's the same. Me and Mick were the young fans once, and it's there isn't many that want to help push the club forward the way you're doing, and it's just refreshing. So keep it up. It's really good.
Thank you very much, mate. Take care, lads.
Well done, sir.
Cheers.
Thank
Bye.
you very much. Take care, boys. Goodbye.
We've got one here. Make sure I'll get pictures for you, Freddie, at the next home game. Fantastic. Me and my friends are future YouTubers of Gateshead. Well, you're not stealing my spot yet. Don't you dare. Just remember, I've got crutches that can break your legs. I'm joking.
No, it's absolutely fantastic. Like I say, it was Ross Black and RLM the last time.
Yeah.
It comes
in waves, and people get like, they'll get the bug. And as you mentioned there, some of his friends, maybe it wasn't for them, but it was for him, and he stuck with it. Yes, it was a fantastic season, but he didn't just appear for that season. And he sees it in his own heart and own mind that he wants to push this special little club a little bit further, and that's what it's all about.
It's so refreshing. It's amazing for them to actually do what they're doing.
Yeah. We've got Mr. Luke has put, all the National League TV going to link your commentary on the next home game or home stream or not, Davey? They're on every stream, every home game. It'll be our commentary on that. They could do a collection at the home game could they not do a collection at the next home game for flags? I don't know. That would have to be something they'd have to ask Bernard if they were allowed to do that. But look, every idea is welcome. You got to throw it in there and see what happens. But they really are just Mickey, yourselves, tell your friends, you just do fanzines, and we're doing the podcast and things. It's all progressed, and it was just a pre-record at one time on a little dictaphone in a match. Now it's like a TV show. Everything progresses, and I can't wait to see where the flags go.
Everything is with all these smart TVs and things like that. We can watch each other on the telly.
I know.
If we wanted to, it's scary shit.
It is, especially when we're there. Hey.
I know.
I know we're sitting in someone's living room at the minute. Can you imagine that? Colin Scott wants to 1 second, because I've seen him after the game. He's put, what was your impression of the referee on Monday, Dave? No, not the flag. The flag come running over. It was really over the top. I know, obviously, Lewis Knight got a yellow card for the tackle, but it was the way. Was it Eddie Forbes? I think it was Lewis Knight. The way he ran over, it was like he was playing for the opposition and was angry about the tackle and all the theatrics, and it was a yellow card. I've never seen out like it. I've never seen the theatrics.
Give some curious decisions both ways.
Yeah.
If the lad was deemed to have dived from York for a penalty, surely that's a booking.
Yeah.
Paddy McLaughlin got away with a few after he'd been booked. Tug backs and his mouth. How he never walked. I mean, I don't want to see players walk, to be honest. I want to see a full company. If we're going to beat them, I want to beat them with 11 people on the park. But then Elliot Forbes tackle, he got a yellow card for it, and it was never a yellow card. He won the ball.
There was some strange decisions in that game. We've got a message here. Dave, best game you've ever been to?
Ooh.
Charlie was special, but it wasn't a great game. If you're talking about game itself, not moment. Oh.
Tell you what takes unbeaten.
It was once a 4-0 victory in the Unibond promotion season away to Buxton before the playoffs.
Yeah, played well that day.
2 weeks before, and the pitch was it might have been 4 or 5. The pitch was a disgrace. The game should never have been played, but Gates had passed it about like it was a carpet. And we were 1-0 half time. In the second half, we come out and we just blitzed them off the park. You've never seen anything like it. It was men versus boys, and Buxton were a good side, and they made it the playoff final against us.
Yeah, can you remember what one of the goalkeeper said?
Oh yeah, he was.
God help us if we get used in the final.
He's well, it happened. We've got quite a few messages coming in. Did you see Macaulay Longstaff was at the game on Monday? I didn't. He was sat near me.
I heard he was there. I didn't see him.
Nice to know that he's coming along to watch.
All the Scott family were there as well.
Yeah, I know. I've seen them after the game. It's lovely to see them.
It was excellent to see them all, and thank you to Meg, who gave me a lovely birthday hat.
I was hoping you were going to wear it on the stream, Mickey. What Gates had done when I and other members of the Junior Heed club got to watch them train was unreal. I hope they do it again. Yeah, I say we've seen the coaching sessions and autograph photos that they were doing the other day, and
I think them lads deserve a training session with Mike Busted.
Will we join in?
You were kidding, aren't you? Text me on my time to run to the shop. Never mind Dave Busted's training.
I'd be out of breath just getting out of the car. Yeah, the York assistant manager was screaming for me to give the ball back. Who does he think he is? With the ball over him, I sent it to Henderson. So yeah. What can you do? Well, I say we've had a good show. Unfortunately, we couldn't get Davy Steele live on from Antarctica. That genuinely is there. He's going to do, if we can't get him on live, he is going to record.
I'm going to try and do a vlog for Winnie.
I'm trying to do a vlog in his gated shirt in front of icebergs and penguins and 21 foot seal, wasn't it? A killer seal. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully we'll push forward with that. And of course, I say the next game, obviously Barnet away on Saturday. If you're going down, please do be safe, have a nice travel, and hopefully you get to see a great game of football. But give your predictions. Go on, we've run over a little bit, but give your predictions for Saturday.
My head says 1 each, but my heart says 2-1 to Gateshead.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on my heart. I know I should go on my head, but I'm going to go on my heart and say 2-1.
Yeah, I'll go 2-1 as well. I'd like to think we can, come away with something and give a good performance. Barry Lace, but nice to see you drinking low alcohol lager in Carlsberg. I'm not. There's nothing here. Helps when it's green and you can't see it on a green screen. The only thing is, it makes me like my face disappear. So there we go. The cheek. That's what people tune in for. They want to see how fat my face has got. Right, we've got lots of predictions coming in. Mr.
I'm like one of them 21 foot seals.
2-1 to Gateshead, says Mr. Luke. So does Barry Lee. 3-2 to Gateshead. Elliot hat-trick. Oh, he's going.
I like your optimism, David.
There's a lot of positivity on this podcast tonight. We've got Liv. She's going for 3 points, 3-1 win. Look at that. 1-1 draw. Richardson from the corner. We're going a bit more reserved on that one. And we've got Boiler calm down. So
little corner.
Little corner, what he's like. But yeah, it's does anyone else want to get theirs in, or any final messages on Dan Langley, on the York game? Anything will give people a little chance to do that. And just
what do you think, Daniel? It's running for the penalties.
It's a curious one, like, isn't it? He's got a bit of a jink in there, but hey, if it works, it works.
It worked. It worked spot on. I was thinking when he took the sidestep, I'm thinking, oh, what's going on here?
I was a bit worried in case he had seen a video of me coming home drunk after I went out for a drink for the first time in 6 months. The way I walked into the back garden. But
that was me.
As we said, our co-host is missing in action again. But we would be amiss if we didn't show you his glorious body one more time, jumping into the in the Antarctic.
I hope it's the sea.
Look into the camera! Oh God! Okay!
David!
Woo! There you go! Whoa! Welcome to Antarctica, David! That's cool! That's cool! Really? You're kidding, man, huh?
Well, there you go. That's for the ladies, that, and for the men. I tell you, we don't disappoint on this show. We got here. What's that? Have we got any news on GSN signing or loans? Do you know who's GSN?
Probably might be.
I'm trying to think where the I don't know. Got Carter's gone for it, and Christ, he's been on the Red Bull 4-0 hat trick. Camille versus Oldham.
That's a versus Oldham. He hasn't said about Barnet.
He's mentioned Jan. Any news on Jan signing? I don't think they play anymore. I don't know. What's going. I don't know the budget. I don't know what's going on there. But you never know. There will probably always. I mean, Dan Langley's went. You don't know whether they'll bring in anyone else.
Think about the signing.
Oh, look at Boiler Sports TV. Christ, there was us. We didn't know out. Here's us sitting with a green screen and a green can. I thought I'd hide me early stages of alcoholism. With me one can in a week. Right, got a 6-pack. Davy Steele. What video are you watching? You want to get your Specsavers? Hey, I must be ripped if he's got a 6-pack. Come on, Boiler, spill the beans. Wait, we're not going to get that. And what's this one say? Salkeld shortly. Oh well, I don't know if we're getting things here. Calm down, Carter. There's too much chat going on in the chat. We've got 2-1 win here on Saturday. Positivity. Thank you very much. Did you see the walrus that rocked up at Blythe Beach? We did, yeah. But Graham Fenton's been there a while. I like that one. Johnny Gray's put seen Danny Elliott's dad on the concourse at York when he stepped up to take the pen. Apparently, he can't watch him take them. As soon as the second one was awarded, he took off and reappeared. I don't want to say that, but there we go. See, we've got the 2-1 positivity there. I've already got that. Reappeared 5 minutes later with a bovril. Well, that's the best way to do it. And Mark Carruthers has put one is all you can handle, Dave. Well, thank you, Mark. It is all I can handle. That's right. That is right. And well, we're not going to put who the signings are going to be. We're not going to. I've never heard anything. I'm not going to put it up, even though I did before.
What's he call? I want to know, Mark. What was your face like when he come up with that ice cream?
Oh, well, that was the best thing, right? Hopefully we can get him on next week and he'll tell you. Like in my head, I went, he scooped it and I was like, I like a bit of ice cream, delicious. And then I looked at Mark, like he wouldn't even look at us. He wouldn't even look at us. And deadpan just went, you've been practicing them, haven't you?
I can just imagine the look of utter contempt in his eyes.
All I got was like a glassy look from the side, as if to say, I'm not even going to make eye contact. And he put, I died a little inside. So there we go. I couldn't resist. When I said, I scooped it, and then it just went my head, a scoop of ice cream. And so, yeah, it's great. But hey, hang on. He's put another one here. That look is still such as was my disgust. Oh man, yeah. Look, there's a lot of positivity there. We've seen a competitive performance against a team. Yes, they're having a little bit of a poor spell, but they've been up there all this season. They're a good side. They don't turn bad overnight. We've got to look at the positives. We raised out of the relegation zone. We've picked up a good win away from home, and players are still getting back to full fitness. The likes of Story, Tinkler, they're going to get better. All right, we already know they're fantastic. That once we get this unit going as it was last season, hopefully with no injuries or suspensions, I think we're going to be competitive in any game we'll go into. So that's the way we're going to end it with positivity. Mickey, thank you very much. It's been an absolute
pleasure.
Thank you to everyone that has tuned in. Hopefully we get Davey Steele on. Thank you to Max for joining us at Barnet Fan, and of course Freddie, who's doing magnificent things, and Mickey, of course, to you. And a thanks to Mark Curvers for just making me die a little bit inside there. Really just kind of hurt us, Just I love you, Mark, and you've done this. Right. On that note, we're gonna leave. So like a delicious.
Good night, everyone.
Like a delicious scoop of ice cream, we're going to melt into your heart. Goodbye, everybody.